Hi everyone, welcome to All Four Queens 555. So I'm going to do a little one out of The Little Book of Chakras by Elsie Wilde. So we've still got a couple to do, and today's session is the third eye. And the third eye is located around here, which is in between the two eyes. So it's around here, and as there on the book, because I didn't show you in the last one. The chakra is known by many names: the sixth sense, the primal instinct, clairvoyance, but we'll stick to its commonly recognised name, the third eye, or Ajna, located on the brow between two physical eyes. The third eye allows you to see what is hidden from the physical perspective. It deals with our insight, intuition, and wisdom. If you have a hunch, like getting goosebumps before receiving bad news or guessing the correct answer, then you've already experienced your third eye at work. When it's imbalanced, we trust our intuition, are open to changes. When unbalanced, we feel uncertain, blinded by the opinions of others. And I think I said on the previous one about opinions of others. We go through life leaning on a lot of people, because obviously that's how we're programmed, and we go through life asking a lot of people their opinion on things. And I think if we all look at our lives and ask ourselves, how many people have given us their opinion, but in a suggestive way that makes us doubt what we want to do. And when we awaken and we go through healing and we go through sometimes spiritual warfare as well, it's all a lesson and it's all teaching us something. It strengthens our own discernment and intuition, and hence your third eye. Now, sometimes as well, when we meditate, we can strengthen that as well. But we also know from a spiritual perspective, people attack your crown, your third eye, and your heart chakra. And why? Because they want to close it. They don't want you to have that certainty and that clarity, and they also don't want you to see the things that maybe they will prefer to be hidden. But as we said before, there is nothing ever hidden. God holds a secret, is the secret keeper of everything, so there is no secrets. So let me just tell you a little bit about it. I'm at All Four Queens 555. I talk around spiritual warfare, which you'll see from some of my recordings. I experienced spiritual warfare on the physical because of the evidence that's been produced. Sometimes it stays in the spiritual realm, but for this particular time it's actually been out into the physical realm. And then obviously we talk about the healing and the awakening. Now, why did I get attacked so much? Because I awakened and I healed from certain wounds that were there to keep me trapped and programmed into certain fears and things like that. So one of the purposes of the channel is to help people make better choices and to hopefully heal from some of the experiences that they've been through, and to get people to change the perspective and look at things that they didn't create, the wound that they carry. Therefore, it isn't really their burden, but we do have a responsibility as adults to heal it and cleanse it out, and I'm here to show you how to do that, as one that's done it, and some of the things that I've been through that are not necessarily recorded on the channel. But I want people to be able to open the third eye and to be able to use their intuition more, and to grow and to develop and to take the world in a different way. We can't, the scripture says, love not the world. We still have to operate in the world, but we can operate in the world in a different psyche within ourselves. And most importantly is to loving ourselves, accepting the things that we can't change, and having courage to do the things that we can change, and that's a serenity prayer. And then focusing on our own self-love so that we can actually then love others the way that we want to be loved. I.e., we can't say things like do unto others as you want done to you if you don't know how to love others, and all you've ever known is pain and suffering. You're not going to be able to give love to others, are you? So I'm hoping that will help bring more love into the world. And universal is oneness, isn't it? As is God. We're all part of His Spirit, aren't we? And even to those that don't worship God, we're all given the gift of God, If people want to go and stay in the South Node and never develop with God and do some of the devilish things that people do, that's up to them. But we do all have the benefit of moving into our North Node as well. And I'll give you an example. When I was around certain people, I was a follower, probably a people pleaser, a follower. I also think there was other things being attached to us. And I did drink, but I didn't really enjoy drinking. I did it more because everybody else did it, and I did smoke cigarettes, but I wouldn't say that it was something that I enjoyed doing. I just did it because everyone else did it. As soon as I moved away and closed off certain sold contracts and moved away, I never needed to do that. It just stopped. It just stopped because it wasn't something that was part of me. It was part of me and the extension outside of me to follow the crowd. And I did post some on another recording where I talk about follower and leader. And what I'm sort of saying is, are you a follower of your own life? Are you following the opinions of others? Because are their opinions necessarily helping you or helping them? Because not everyone's for our better good, remember. Tupac Shakur says, be around people that want more for you, not from you. And we have this programmed view that just because we've known people all our lives, they're the best things for us. And sometimes they're in our lives not to be the best things for us, but to actually keep us in a place of not growing. If you look at the scripture in Matthew, it says the man's biggest enemy is in his household. So, we have to be mindful of what scripture is actually warning us, guiding us, but giving us wisdom at the same time. And obviously, from my perspective, I use faith and I don't put a label on what that is, like Catholic or Christian, because I don't want to be boxed in, because I do like the spiritual aspect as well, of understanding our chakras and understanding our intuition and the meditation and all that. But if we look at Jesus meditated anyway. He meditated on his prayer. So, but not everyone's going to be into Jesus, and I understand that, but I do believe that there are some insights into scripture, and it can help people to just have a different perspective, and then just open your mind and to just try and rewire what we've always been told to believe. And I'll give you an example. For me, family is a label, but family can be anything. As long as people are reciprocal and are in line with you, family can be anything. But that's why I think when the scripture says, Jesus says he comes to earth with a sword to separate his mothers and fathers and sons, because the man's biggest enemy is in his household. What he's actually saying is household is those that we surround ourselves with. That's how I interpret it. So those that we consider to be close to us can actually be a hidden enemy. And I think you find that when you're in spiritual warfare, people that have kept what they believe to be secrets and done things untoward, that were never secrets anyway, because we all have an Akashic record, and it's all in divine timing, isn't it? But I think we just need to be mindful of who we believe in our household to be our closest, because I've always said that you could meet someone and within seconds you could actually be part of their soul tribe and have felt like you've known them for years, and you're not trauma bonding with them, you're actually growing with them. They're growing with you, you're growing with them, and the relationship is reciprocal. And it is based on how Tupac says it. They want more for you, not from you. And I think that's so important. And as for the chakras, it's important that we understand how to work with them, but also to keep them healthy as well. So I hope that helps. It's been all over the place, but I tried to build it all in together so people can try and understand how it all flows more than anything. And people do attack our chakras. They do. I'm having attacks on my crown all the time. So, but it's how you protect yourself as well. And we'll do a bit on protection as we go along. But for that one, I'll love yous and leave yous, and I hope you have a fantastic day, whatever you're doing. Sending you much healing, because I think the world needs it, and I think we need more love in the world. So, if we can be kind and do a kind act today, then at least we're making it flow. And I'll catch you on the next one. See you later. Bye.